Welcome back to another episode of Dark Cloud. I'm Mar, and today we are going to finally build up our weapons. Here we go. I already checked off camera to make sure there wouldn't be any problems with it, but hey. Anyways, so now we have the Dusak, and the 7-brand sword's what we're going to want to build it up into, so it's already done. So we don't really care about anything else. We're just gonna put onto it whatever seems useful. Which right now is Thunder because that's its lowest attribute by far. It's not even close to the others, so we're gonna get it up there. Okay. That's the bandit slingshot. Fine with that one, doing whatever. Okay, so we upgrade this to hard shooter. And because we already meet the minimum stats for double impact, it can actually just upgrade into double impact immediately. But we're gonna get it another option. So it needs fire, dino, and mage slayer. And thunder. But currently the thunder is being used for something else, so you know, I can buy thunders anyway, which is probably what I'll end up doing eventually. Somewhere, thank you. Okay, so yeah, that's all of that. Also, I'd just like to say I got really lucky with the defense up I said I would do between episodes a couple episodes ago and kept forgetting. I got the +7 on the first try, so today is a good day, full of luck. Nothing could possibly go wrong. So, let's go make something go wrong, shall we? For our enemies, that is. We're also going to pretty much avoid using Goro for the rest of the area, because I looked at what his upgrade path is, and we just don't want to use him because of it. So he has a buyable weapon in the next area that is on his upgrade path. So I don't really care to go out of my way to get weapons for him, so we will only use him if we get a weapon that we want him to level up and then break down. Also, yeah, these guys continue to be great XP, even when they're not getting doubled by being in a back floor. Easy. Easy game, easy life. I can't wait until we get into the next area where gems and things properly become farmable, because in the next area you can buy the back floor key. It's the only area in which you can do that, and it makes farming for money and things like that much easier. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna focus on leveling up Tome's weapon for a while because reasons. I actually don't have a good reason for that. I really should be using Zhao, actually. So let's do that. Yeah, let's use Zhao for a while. Oh, hey. Hey! It's the clown, which I think is the first time he's appeared on this episode, so you see the choice of 2 boxes. I'm gonna choose the big box and be sad. But hey, that happens, right? The bone rapier just isn't all that useful. Switch to Goro, and yes, I know there's something about it. Thanks for the free stand-in powder, especially since I might be using it in a second. I mean, easy. I don't know what I was worried about. I clearly had that under control the whole time. Okay, yeah. I will say, I really wish, that is the worst thing about this game, and the next game fixed it. So Dark Cloud 2 fixed a lot of what is, like, Dark Cloud 1 is at its base a good game, but Dark Cloud 2 fixes a lot of the pieces of it that are clunkier. And in particular, it does one thing that I really like. which is that it, instead of you having a wheel to select characters, there's just a hot button that switches characters. And the way they do that is by having less characters. In Dark Cloud, Dark Cloud 2, you've only got 2 characters, and each of them has a special form, and so they're both associated with one of the sticks, either the left stick or the right stick. And actually, wait, that's definitely gonna give enough abs for me to upgrade. Yeah. And then you always want to upgrade before you repair, because upgrading does not repair the damage. So you always want to do that. Let's see, what do I not need on anything else right now? Earth. I don't need Earth. Actually, wait, what am I doing? First, throw that attack +1 and that magic +1 on here. There we go. Anyways, yeah, so Dark Cloud 2 has 2 characters, and the way it handles character switching is one character is associated with L3 and one character with R3, and if you press R3 when you're the character associated with R3, it switches you to their special form, and does the reverse. And if you press L3 when you're the character associated with R3, it switches you to the other character. Which sounds complicated when I say it like that, but it's one of the most intuitive character switching mechanics that I've seen in almost any game. Yeah, it's really good. I think it's about as intuitive as switching between 2 characters can be. Also, I just realized this is a key one, not a... I got Goro out like I was gonna need to open the door, but it's okay, Goro. Go back into the abyss where you don't get played. Get back into that Atlamelia, which I assume is where these guys are, because where else would they be, right? They're just chilling out in Tone's hand, or something. I don't know. There's really not a lot of explanation for that, because, you know, like where are these people? Where are they coming from? The Fairy King just switching us out? Like what's going on here? The game doesn't actually properly explain it. I'm not sure if the devs know the answer to that question. Probably don't, to be honest. Anyway, we're just going to continue on our merry way, upgrading this bandit slingshot. How nice to get that key right in front of the door. Like, that's actually pretty nice. Okay, let's open all of these Atlamelia. There's 16 floors in this dungeon before the boss, by the way, so our goal this episode is to get up to the boss, and then our goal next episode is to do an episode of Diorama stuff, and then the episode after will be the boss, and then we will be done with this area and on to the next. I think this is probably, this or maybe the third area are probably the longest areas in the game. Later areas give you what I think is significantly less to do in terms of how to put this. They give you significantly less to do in terms of Diorama after the third one. So, at least in my opinion, there's less. Like, it's not like a super duper amount less, but it is less. And that definitely, and because all the dungeons are about the same, it definitely makes the first and second areas feel longer. Although part of the reason the second area feels longer is because it's when you're supposed to be learning how to do the Diorama stuff. It only went fast when I did it because, well, I know this game pretty well. I know the first area in particular really well. So in the first area, I just do the most efficient route. You know, I just start putting things where I know they'll need to go from the beginning. And even if I don't always, on each playthrough, remember exactly where things go, I'm usually pretty close. Come on, get down here. You've been defeated, King Prickly. To the graveyard with you. Yes. Okay. Got some extra rock breaker. May as well. I'm finally running, I finally have like a significant amount of free space in my inventory, which is nice. It's a good thing to have. Hello, King Prickly. Be defeated, King Prickly. Thank you for the key. Or potential key. Whatever. The thing that may let me leave this area. I'm super excited because soon Tone will actually have the bandit's slingshot put into his weapon. So, you know, that's exciting. But that'll be happening soon. Okay. Also, the idea that Tone is at this point only 2 upgrades away from his final weapon. That's weird to think about. 3 upgrades away. Because from the Dusak, he goes to the 7-branch sword, and then from 7-branch you go to Atlamelia sword, and then you go to the Chronicle sword, which will be Tone's final weapon. I see that I need to go back this way to beat these enemies, and it's just like, yeah, whatever, it happens. I'm not mad, I'm just pressed. You know, I'm just taking in the reality of it all. Ooh, got an attack +3 I can slap on this. And its max weapon HP increased. Isn't that good for it? Doesn't really matter for anything else, but it's good for it. Anyway, onward we go. Also, it's really funny reading recommendations online, and they're like, yeah, make sure to keep 2 to 5 repair powders on you at all times, and I'm like, I don't let myself drop below 10, what are you on about? And I think it's a differing playstyle, right? Like, they do 1 or 2 floors and then go do Giorama, and I prefer to do all of my Giorama in one massive block, so I'm gonna stay in the dungeon for like as many floors as I can until it tells me I need to go do Giorama. Like, that's always gonna be my tendency. Anyway, here's your key, Mr. Owl. Please let me continue on. Also, it's really funny reading the recommendations that you keep your weapon HP above 10. And like, that's definitely true later in the game, particularly when doing the Demon Shaft. But like, that is not necessary, and it's only true for the melees, even then. Because like, doesn't matter for how, you just pause once hers gets low and you go to repair and you go, oh hey, look. And for the record, there are equal amounts of melees and range characters in this game. It's 3 and 3. So we have 2 of the melee characters. Next we'll get a range character, then a melee character, then a range character. Yeah, I did it. Hello there, King Mimic. Would you like to talk about this? No? Okay, well, enjoy your time in the graveyard. Also, out of curiosity, I went and looked at how good floor 10 is in abs compared to the rest of the sections here, since I was like, wow, that gave me a lot of experience. Gave me a whole lot of abs. Is that like the best here, or do I just not have a good enough frame of reference for how much abs things should be giving me here? And the answer is, it is the best in this entire area. Floor 10 is absolutely the best place to put your Abs up here. It's not even really a competition. Yeah, it's floor 3, hands down, it wins. Hello, Mr. Werewolf. Would you mind dying? Thank you. I will take your loot. That werewolf was actually really nice, you know, just keeling over for me like that. Like, really, really considerate of him. I ran into this Atlamelia here, and for a second I was surprised. Like, it took me a second to be like, oh right, there's Atlamelia on this floor, huh? There sure are. That is a true statement. There are absolutely Atlamelia on this floor. I think it's really funny that in this game you can't get abs between, you can't use the abs trick between characters. And in this game it would be really nice if you could, because you get a lot of characters later in the game and all the characters, you have pretty weak weapons when you get them. And I just think it's really funny because in Dark Cloud 2 you can do that trick. You can totally switch characters between, you can totally switch characters after defeating an enemy, and the abs will go to the other character. And I just think it's really funny to me that they allowed it in that game, because that game doesn't need it. You don't ever need to do that, really, unless you favor one character so strongly that the other's just not getting played. Because fundamentally, like when you're playing that game, you use both characters and you only have 2. So it doesn't matter. It's not ever really relevant. Did I pick up the key? Good, I did. I couldn't remember if I'd gotten the key yet or not, and I was just really hoping I had. Anyway, there's another enemy defeated. Another Atlamelia obtained. There's another Atla obtained. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember which one to switch. Are these the Atlamelia and what you get out the Atla, or is it the other way around? I forget. Based on the way root words work, I'm going to guess that these are the Atlamelia, some form of Atla holders, and that the things you get out of them are therefore Atla. But that could be completely wrong. And whether that's even the reasoning for it, or if they just picked 2 names that were similar, would strongly depend on how much the developers cared about root words. And, you know, other things like that. Okay. Oh, so funny thing, that I think is hilarious on the US release. That I wonder if they fixed on this. Probably not. It would have been cool if they did, but this is probably a direct emulation, which means they couldn't have messed with the code at all, or at least they wouldn't have. But in the original US release, while the US version got the Demon Shaft, the extra dungeon that's 100 floors long, while the Japanese release did not. The US release did not get the back floor key for the last area. It just doesn't drop. Somewhere in localization, they just forgot to put it in. So, that item just doesn't exist in this version of the game. Which I think is kind of funny. Hello, Witch Eliza. Witch Ilza? I don't know. I've always called them Witch Elizas, but I have no idea if that's correct or not. Or it should be Ilza. Okay, let me get this last Atlamelia, then go pick up the magic crystal from the last chest on the floor. Because, you know, that's just how luck be sometimes. And right on time, we are finishing the 16th floor, which is perfect. Like, that is really, like, right on time. Oh, fine then, Mr. Owl. Okay, Mr. Owl, how about this? Yeah? Yeah, you like that one. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mr. Owl. See you later. Probably not on the next floor this time, but, you know, hey. Take what you can get. Hello. Light is coming from the soil. I think you need a sundew here, actually, so I'm glad I haven't used the one that's chilling in my inventory. So if I remember correctly, you need a sundew for this. So I'm glad I happen to have one that I haven't used. Anyway, that's all for this episode. Next episode, we will do a bunch of Giorama stuff. I will see you guys next time.